welcome everybody. All right, so thanks for joining us today. We are here. We're going to talk today about understanding understanding your territory, what it looks like, and a few things to keep in mind. So we are now at the end of 2021. So that means that in a couple of more days, we're going to be hitting the new year. Have you actually looked at where your business is headed? Have you come to understand, you know, are you growing? What are your goals? Have you actually taken a look at what your territory is going to look like? So let's start out with a few basic things. Well, number one, what is a territory? So your territory or your service area is, you know, it's the geographic area based on where your office is and where you're providing service to your clients, where you're going to seek out actively more clients, where you're going to be able to provide service for these clients. So when is the last time that you actually looked at this? If you're a new agency, this is actually a very beneficial video for you because we're going to help you understand what are some of the dynamics of a service area, of a territory, and what is really important about understanding where and how people are going to interact, the businesses that you're going to deal with, how it all comes in. So first, let's start out by bringing up here. By the way, if anybody is watching, say hi, give us a thumbs up, let us know that you're here. Let us, leave us a comment, and we'll answer everything as we come along. If you're watching the replay of this on our YouTube channel, or if you're listening on the podcast version of the show, thanks for joining us. We hope you get some sort of benefit out of this, as usual. So let's go ahead and move on. Bring up a graphic that we have here. All right, so here we go. All right, so first, let's go ahead and let's start up here. All right, how far are the hospitals from where your clients live? See, a little known fact that hospitals generally tend to service certain areas, okay? So you can go through the CMS website and you can actually find out what are the most common zip codes that are serviced by any individual hospital. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because you got to know if the facilities are servicing where you're trying to work. If you want an area, which brings us next to this next part, the age demographics. If you don't want a hospital that primarily services younger neighborhoods, what we're looking for is, people that are over the age of 72 years old. So in these zip codes that are serviced by these hospitals, once we know where the hospitals are servicing, we have to understand that we are looking for a population base of 13 to 22% over the age of 72. Now, some of you may be saying, but aren't seniors considered 65 and older? Well, yes, but here's the downside of this. When we are considering the population of our potential clients, what we are actually looking at is 72 and older. Most 65-year-olds do not require home care. Now, some of you may say, okay, well, no, but I know a few, or I have a client that is. Yeah, there's exceptions to every rule. But for the most part, 72 and your population, your chosen zip codes should have 13 to 22%. So what about income? Well, the median income that we are actually looking for is going to vary from region to region. right? You're looking for a median household income, high enough to where the people can potentially afford the service, but not so high to where that that they could stop working and take care of their loved one themselves. So what does this mean? Well, that really depends on where you are. So the national average median income, or the national median income, is I think 51 or 52,000 a year. All right, so now this is going to vary greatly. If you're looking at a median household income in the Upper West Side of Manhattan, it's probably significantly higher than it will be in some rural areas of Alabama. This is evident by the general average pricing. Average pricing in New York City for private pay home care is right around $28 to $32 per hour, where in Alabama it's about $18 to $20 per hour. So you have to look at your specific chosen area. So what you essentially want to do is a quick search and find out what is the median range of salary in that community. And you want to go about 25% above that. You want to make sure people have disposable income, not just, living paycheck to paycheck. So what does this generally mean? Let me put it in simplest terms. If the average person in the area earns about $70,000 a year, you're looking for um, for a median household income of somewhere between, 90 to 150,000. That would be a reasonable range. If the median household income in your area is 40,000 a year, we're looking for 75 to 100. For actually it would be like 70,000 to maybe 120. And that's kind of where you're looking at. You're not looking for those people that are in the millions, that they're making 500,000 or more per year. You're looking for the people a little bit lower. So, if you're watching, comment below. Do you know the median income in your area? And do you know how that could potentially affect where you're marketing? So now, the next thing we want to take a look at, and when is in relation to the hospitals, where are your skilled nursing facilities? Typically speaking, okay, now again, there's exceptions to every rule, but for the most part, it's going to go by physical proximity. Hospitals will generally speaking, tend to feed the skilled nursing facilities that are physically closer to them, depending on specialization. So, whether it's an acute, a subacute, or post-acute rehab center or skilled nursing rehab, that's really where it's going to go, depending on the need of the patient and a number of other things. But you can generally count on these skilled nursing facilities that are primarily cared by the hospital within a mile to 2 miles of the hospital. Generally speaking, again, every place is a little bit different. And again, feel free, leave us a comment below. Let us know what has your experience been with this. Have you found that the facilities closest to the hospitals are the ones that get the most clients out of those particular hospitals? So if this all comes together, then you've got a um, really good mix here. You'll have the hospital servicing your zip codes that you're ideally trying to reach. You have the right age group, the right income levels, and now you have the facilities that can that people will be transitioning to, that people will be interested in working with your clients. This is not going to guarantee that you're going to get rich quick. There is no easy button in this. You still have to work. You still have to have a proper marketing plan. You have to have a proper business development process. You have to have a lot of things in place. Your story's got to be right. Your sales binder. All of this has to still happen, but it's all for nothing if your territory is not properly organized. If you do not understand the dynamics of how to work with your territory with the people within, with the businesses within your chosen area of operation, your service area, it could cost you months. Look, I've come in, and because one of the services we provide is, territory analysis. And if you're interested, there's going to be a link somewhere down below where you can, book a call with us. We'll happily help you through this. But we will actually build out your territory for you, develop your marketing plan, help you come up with all of this data that you're going to need so that you can have an optimized marketing plan for the year. Now, the other part is, and this is a big one because a lot of people don't understand, how far is the commute from your caregivers in relation to your clients? Because here's the thing. We can have the perfect hospital serving the perfect communities, the right age group, the right median income. We could have the most amazing referral partners as far as the inpatient rehabs, the greatest places in the world, all the assisted livings, everything could be right there centralized. But if it's too far away and your caregivers are not willing to go there, no one's going to be able to take care of your clients. And if you're not situated, or if you haven't really taken this into account, then you're going to struggle. And there's a lot more that goes into caregiver recruitment and retention than just money. Sometimes, I'd rather, I've talked to a lot of caregivers in my career, and if I was a caregiver, I wouldn't blame them. I would rather work for $1 or $2 less per hour, but not have to drive for 45 minutes or 90 minutes or longer. At least you would really have to compensate for it accordingly. You're not going to send me all the way out there for a 4-hour case, maybe for a 40-hour-a-week case. So, again, those of you watching us, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, something. Let us know, have you run into this problem where you've had just a great territory, lots of clients, lots of potential business, but you've had to turn people away because you just can't get caregivers to go that far. I know it's a common issue. It's depending on where you are. So these are things to keep in mind. Now, where to find this information? It's a simple Google search. It really is. Just go through, type into Google, demographic, and such city. You'll get a bunch of websites that will be able to help you out, and that will help you find the information that's needed, even if you have to go through piece by piece. So that is our presentation today on understanding your territory. Now, after this presentation, or if you're watching this on YouTube, it's probably already up and running. You can visit us online at thebrionesgroup.com, and you can download this territory analysis cheat sheet, and we'll be able to take it from there. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation. If anybody's got any questions that's watching, please feel free to type it in. All right. Yeah, you're very welcome, Jamie. We appreciate you joining us. And we really are just trying to help you guys out and see if you can optimize your territory. Don't miss out on this opportunity. It's the beginning of the year. This is the time where you're really going to want to take a look at where you're going. You're going to really want to take a look at what you're doing. If you want to update your prices, this is the time to do it. And you're going to want to be able to move along and get things up and going before it's too late into the year and everyone else is already optimizing. Take advantage. Again, visit us on the web, schedule an appointment, brionesgroup.com, and download your free cheat sheet. The links will be below shortly. Thanks for joining us. You guys have a great rest of your day, and don't forget to join us every Wednesday and Friday at 1:30. And if you don't catch us on this Friday on our live training, have a wonderful new year, and we'll see you next week.